Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of One Piece Anime episode 770. Now this one, not sure how long the review will be because once again, not a ton of notes. I think that this episode did really good on translating what happened in the manga pretty well, adding some cool new stuff. Like I said, one of my favorite things about Zou has been all of the new things that they're adding in, all of the new in-canon filler and all of that. So I really did like that, but there were some things that were a little bit drawn out, maybe a little unnecessary, even a little boring at some points. But we had a super short recap just going from the very beginning. Like it was essentially just one scene, just the scene with Inuwa Arashi explaining how the road poneglyphs work. And then we have more Ohara flashbacks when we start out, and I get why. It's because like even those of us that have been watching for years, Ohara flashbacks, that was a long freaking time ago at NES Lobby. So just recapping everyone, I don't think that those were that bad. And then actually the Skypiea flashbacks and talking about Roger and everything, finding the poneglyphs, that was awesome. I loved that. I loved seeing the Skypiea stuff. Even though, again, it was just a couple seconds really quick, but I really did like it. They mentioned that one road poneglyph is missing. One, of course, is here on Zou. One is with Kaido, and one is with Big Mom. And then we have Usopp's stealth plan, very funny, where he's like, okay, so we could just sneak in, make copies of them, and then sneak off to Raftel, and we'd be the Pirate King before anybody knew about it. So that again is a pretty decent plan, honestly. And then I like as well that Nekomamushi expressed concern for Robin, saying, you know, you are a commodity, you're a person who can actually read these things, and even if people have the poneglyphs, even if they have copies, they can't read them. So somebody like you, for people who want to find out what happened, you're a huge commodity, and you're also a huge danger and huge target for people that don't want people to find out what happened during the Void Century. So I think it was good, again, to reiterate that danger that Robin faces. Then we have some NES Lobby flashbacks. Were all of them completely necessary? No, but I did like them, so I mean, hey. Then we have a cute protecting Robin moment with the crew. Then we actually get to see a little bit of Jack's rescue attempt. I really liked seeing it. It looked really nice. Fujitoro is such a badass. I love seeing Doflamingo again. He's possibly my favorite One Piece character. I really like Doflamingo. And Jack wakes up, of course, when Sheepshead returns. So, of course, the man is, like, having PTSD flashbacks, having nightmares from this ass-kicking he just suffered. Then we find out that the Kozuki are actually stonemasons, a clan of stonemasons who made the poneglyphs 800 years ago, and that Oden could read and write poneglyph, as could the main Kozuki line, presumably. And Oden was going to pass on that knowledge to Momonosuke, but before he could teach him how to read and write poneglyph, he was killed. And he was killed by Kaido and the Shogun of Wano, and those two had teamed up, and Kaido's Beast Pirates are still in Wano with the Shogun. So that lets us know that when we go to Wano, and we pretty much are at this point, we have storyline going on with the samurai. Of course, we're going to Wano. So when we go to Wano, we're going to have to deal with Kaido because he is there, he has taken over, and he has killed Momonosuke's father. Then we find out at the very end that Oden went to Raftel with Roger. So again, very cool info, very important information, like incredibly important. Oden saw whatever the secret to the world was. So the reveals were great that's like the biggest thing about this episode, were just reveals, information. It was an information episode. It was a little bit slow because of that. Not necessarily because of that. I think they could have paced it faster, but I appreciate what they did with the pacing. It wasn't too slow, but it leaves us more to get into. There were some bland scenes. I think the stuff with Luffy and Usopp and Momonosuke kind of went on a little bit long. Some of the crying scenes and stuff when they were trying to talk about Oden were dragged out a little bit too long, in my opinion. But the information we got was still super important, and a lot of it, for anime-only watchers, is probably super freaking shocking. Very surprising information. And the animation was not bad throughout. And that's the thing was, though, even the episodes where we've had a lot of episodes with really good animation, but even the ones that didn't have really good animation looked pretty good. This week looked pretty good. Even though it looked pretty good, I'm giving it 6.5 poneglyphs out of 10 just because while there were some good reveals, it was not the most exciting or interesting to watch for me. Especially if you're a manga viewer, you probably know all these reveals. They did it in a pretty good way, but it certainly wasn't the best we've had recently, certainly not with all the good Zou episodes we've had. So like I said, this did turn out to be a bit of a short review, but I think those are my thoughts on it pretty well. And of course, next week I'll have the next anime review. And this week, if there's a manga chapter, I'm not sure if there is one or if Jump is off this week. I think Jump as an entirety may or may not be off this week. Not totally sure. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like if you did like it, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on this episode. Subscribe for more One Piece, like I said, both anime and manga, and a bunch of other things on the channel, like Boku no Hero Academia or Monster Musume, stuff like that. And follow on Twitter if you want, and I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That is it, so thank you once again for watching, and I will see you all next time.